Welcome. I am Dr. Mary Chinwebanefo of the National Open University of Nigeria, the online facilitator for EDA851. Today we are going to look at topic 4, socio-political context and quality assurance in educational administration. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to establish the link between culture, politics, society, and education. 2, you should be able to identify the role played by the society, politics, culture, private, individual, and corporate bodies in the administration of the educational institutions in Nigeria. 3, you should be able to identify the various ways of building quality into administration of institutions. The link between politics, culture, and education. There is an interlink between politics, culture, and education. This is shown in the role played by the society, politics, culture, private, individual, and corporate bodies in the administration of institutional institutions in Nigeria. Now, education is the process by which the society transmits its cultural heritage from one generation to another. Politics provides the live wire of education, that's the resources. Just as education is a veritable instrument in the playing of modern politics. Now, the interlink between education and culture. Culture is described as the total way of life of a people in a given society. Culture is therefore a learned and shared way of life that is socially transmitted from one generation to another. It covers all aspects of man's life, including religion, artifacts, politics, relationship, marriage, belief, custom, organization, etc. To be useful and acceptable member of a society, we need to learn and share these customs, language, belief, and values of the society. These are the contents of culture learned through the process known as socialization. Activity 1. State the characteristics of a culture. Say 3 characteristics of culture. B. Let's look at the interlink between education and society. Education means socialization. By this, education is seen as a process of learning to live as a useful and acceptable member of the society or community. It is necessary that not all elements of culture are included. It is necessary that all elements of culture are included in education. Education is a process where individuals are exposed to selected language, skill, attitude through educational institutions such as schools, colleges, and universities. The interlink also between education and politics. Politics is an act of government that is defined as a social process through which authoritative allocation of values take place. The educational subsector of the society drives its authorization and continuous existence from the support provided by political system. Politics provides services to the education industry, and the political culture of the society is transmitted in an educational system. These are the interlink. Now, the culture, politics, and education operate within the society. The society provides an avenue or atmosphere for effective operation of each of culture, politics, and education. And the society or state owes its survival and continuity to the effectiveness and success of education, politics, and culture. You can see it in the diagram. Society provides all the needs, the atmosphere. You cannot talk about culture without society. You can't talk about education without society. You can't talk about politics without society. Activity 2. Identify the role played by the society in the administration of educational institutions in Nigeria. Let's look at the role played by government. That's the politics in administration of an institution. The general and specific task or roles of the government in educational administration are highlighted below. Policy formulation. Government, through its ministries and agencies, formulates educational policies which regulate the establishment, operation, and accountability of the system for maintaining standard and uniformity. Planning and implementation. Government draws out educational plans and explains the strategies for its implementation. Resource allocation. The state and the federal government makes provision for recruitment, training, appointment, and placement of human resources. It allocates financial resources to inform of direct funding, grant in aid, supply of property, sponsoring of programs, construction of structures, offices, classrooms, laboratories, libraries, and others. Supervision of and control. Government at various levels, federal, state, local, set up agencies and commissions which monitor and control the operation of education system. They use the resources allocated to the system, content and pedagogy of instruction, quality of staff and performance, curriculum and its content. These are supervised and controlled. Consumption rule. The government absorbs the output from the school system by giving them appointment or offer opportunities for responsibilities. Graduates are employed as teachers or civil servants who will be expected to put into practice all that they have learned in the school. The role of government or non-governmental bodies in educational administration. Various bodies or organizations are set up to play one role or the other in educational administration. Such bodies include WAEC, NECO, JAM, NUC, NCCE, NAPTED. The National Association of Properties and Proprietors and Proprietors of Private Schools also ensure quality and standard in various private schools. They also ensure that standard and regulated curriculum is used, and that environmental provision of these schools are monitored. So they are part of the bodies we are talking about. Now, the role of private individuals and corporate bodies. Private individuals and corporate bodies are also stakeholders in education industry and are to perform certain roles to ensure effectiveness, efficiency of the system. The roles are explained as follows: funding and resource provision. Private individuals make contributions for provision of education for youths. Apart from paying tuition, accommodation, other school charges, provision of educational material, and supporting facilities are also borne by them. Direct funding of education. Corporate bodies and non-governmental associations assist in funding education through direct funding in terms of donation, sponsorship, through construction of building, donation of materials, and scholarship award, and others. Controlling and supervision of education. Private and public agencies are responsible for the control of education input and output. Formulating policies. They offer valuable suggestions for policy consideration on the direction and the dimension of educational curriculum. The input of private owners of school and their interests are considered in formulating policies. The meaning of quality assurance. Quality refers to a high degree of goodness or worth, fitness, and highly special. Assurance means will, activity, and function concerned with the attainment of quality. Thus, Quality assurance is viewed as a system of programming and coordinating the effect of the various groups in an organization to maintain and improve quality for customer satisfaction. Quality assurance differ from quality control. Quality assurance relate to all purchase effort made towards ensuring that uh, supplies supply suppliers supply the right quality. The QC means a race of post-purchase activity carried out in order to ensure that the material purchased conform to specification. Thus, quality assurance originates from the producer. It is directed towards the specific need of the consumer and requires a feedback mechanism. That's for quality assurance. Now, the relevance of quality assurance in institutional administration. The extent to which the issues of quality are being upheld in educational institutions will determine the level of patronage. Now, the significance, relevance of quality in institutional education are as follows. It shapes the focus of administrators of institution to specific areas of need. It enables continuity in standard of service and of output of an educational institution. It hastens development and dynamics in any institution. It averts the incidence of wastage and unproductiveness among staffers. Um, Builds quality assurance into institutional administration, and it reduces the work of the administrator, since it will serve as control check against any deviance. Now let's look at factors influencing quality assurance in Nigerian institutions. Funding, staffing, physical facilities, enrollment crisis, political interference, and poor supervision. Activity 3. What are the strategies you can adopt for building quality into institutional administration? Thank you for listening.